The Prime Minister wanted it to be a good day. He wanted to talk about indigenous issues, and there are many. The list and the problems are enormous. They break our hearts. But his comments that he made yesterday, after he was asked about the West Australian government closing 150 remote indigenous communities, or their plans thereof, he was asked about it, and then this is where the problem started.
If people choose to live miles away from where there's a school, if people choose not to access School of the Air and the other services that are available for people in very, very remote locations, if people choose to live where there's no jobs, obviously it's very, very difficult to close the gap. It's the job of the taxpayer to provide reasonable services in a reasonable way, to provide high-quality services in a reasonable way. What we can't do is endlessly subsidise lifestyle choices if those lifestyle choices are not conducive to the kind of full participation in Australian society that everyone should have.
They're the two words that he got belted for, lifestyle choices. And he has been belted big time, particularly by Indigenous leaders, including Warren Mundine, who's the head of the Prime Minister's Indigenous Advisory Council.
It's about their culture, it's about their religious beliefs, it's about their ancestry of thousands of years. They're living in these communities not like some school teacher who's retired and decided to have a seat change. They're living there because this is their country. This has been their country. This is where they got their ties. It's the essence of who they are.
I'll talk to Warren Mundine about this later, and I'll also talk to a representative from the government. The PM says he stands by the comments. The Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, does care about Indigenous people, as he should, and he sure does. But it might be a bit of a stretch to think that people who live in remote areas, in awful conditions, at risk of sexual assault with the booze, are dying way too young. It's a bit of a stretch to think that that is a lifestyle choice. I mean, it's not like moving into the Gold Coast. Warren Mundine sort of pointed out, it's not like moving into the Gold Coast to work on your tan and eat prawns with lime and ginger as the sun goes down. You would think many people live in these areas because it is a cultural determination to be on their own land. Either it's a cultural determination, or maybe you could look at it as a cultural trap for some people.